I want you to think about something. What is the farthest distance that you've ever traversed in Minecraft? 10,000 blocks? 100,000? Maybe even a million. For mortal beings like us humans anyway, the boundary for exploration is nearly limitless. Minecraft is no longer restricted to the limits of human exploration. The game has evolved. Technology has evolved. Programs have evolved. We can either choose to reject this reality or learn to accept and understand it. The restraints of our little cuboid world is 60 million meter blocks squared, or 30 million if you count from the center of the world. The prospect of crossing this distance on foot might feel impossible. That is, until we remove the limits of human exploration, time, responsibilities, work, school, recreation, sleep, etc. It always seems impossible until it is done. What if I told you that a bot for Minecraft was developed to remove all of these limitations? And what if I told you that Thymon24 is live streaming this bot's non-stop adventure to the world border, 30 million blocks away? Well, you might ask, why? Well, let's check it out. This video is sponsored by MC Pro Hosting. Before we get into everything, I need to set the stage. When you think about a mod for Minecraft, what comes to mind? Something that adds new content to the game? Sure. What about the Optifine mod? Well, that qualifies too, but those are all mods that allow you to do more things. What if, instead, the mod does things for you, like play the game for you? Well, I would argue that most communities would classify that as cheating, and I don't disagree with that. What I'm about to show you should not be used or abused within communities that frown upon these sorts of mods. But you know what? They are still mods. They're still the products of creative minds, and they're still worth checking out. And today, we're going to be checking out the Baritone mod. This is a pathfinding mod for Minecraft wherein you can provide a set of coordinates and just let it go, let it travel. Here's an example. Let's start at 0x, 0z, and then type in go to 100, 100. Well, now, Baritone will make its way to the coordinates 100x, 100z. Along the way, it'll avoid any obstacles that it finds. It'll swerve around blocks, it'll remove blocks, or even place them to get where it's told to go. That, by itself, is fascinating to me. With no customization options whatsoever, this mod would still be worth checking out. Fortunately, however, this mod is highly customizable. For a moment, I want you to put yourself in the shoes of someone who is configuring the Baritone bot for the adventure that I've described. The goal, walk 30 million blocks. Simple, right? No. What complications could you see the bot running into along the way? I mean, Baritone has to encounter all of the same obstacles that our human brain has already gotten so good at dealing with instinctively. Here's an example. Let's say you arrive at a cliff face with a few options. Jump down and take the damage, jump down and mitigate the damage with a water bucket, or just walk around. These are the sorts of choices that are so easy for us humans to make, but have to be programmed and configured for a bot to make. Thankfully, the Baritone bot is configured with around 100 customization options that allow for it to make these sort of choices and more. Take this one for example, max fall height, no water. This option designates the maximum amount of blocks that Baritone is allowed to fall from without attempting the water bucket trick. It'll just take the damage. Why might you want to allow Baritone to take damage at all? Well, maybe you have heavily enchanted diamond armor with feather falling and the damage really just doesn't matter to you. And then there's this option, mob avoidance radius. If baritone detects a mob, it'll make sure to stay as many blocks away as you've programmed it to. But what if you don't want baritone to avoid mobs? What if instead you want baritone to kill the mobs automatically, and you also want it to eat when it gets hungry? Well, for that, we need to dive a little bit deeper. While the baritone bot on its own is incredibly useful and the bedrock for which the goal of walking 30 million blocks is possible, it does need a little bit of help along the way to achieve that goal. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, in many social circles, using baritone would be considered cheating or hacking. Well, to complete the goal, we're gonna need a few more hacks to get the job done, namely Kill Aura, which automatically targets and kills any mobs that you specify, whether it be to gather food or just to get them out of the way, and then Auto Eat, which eats food whenever your hunger meter drops below its maximum value. With all of that out of the way, we arrive at Thyman24's Twitch.tv livestream. Thyman24 has configured the baritone bot along with Kill Aura and Auto Eat with everything that I've just described and more. Thyman has set baritone, or Jeff as Thyman24 likes to call him, on a collision course with the world border. It uses everything I described before to get the job done. As of me writing this video, Thyman's instance of the baritone bot has walked over 22 million blocks. But honestly, what's so interesting about that? Well, I'm glad you asked. What makes this adventure so fascinating is that the entire adventure has a well-documented graph of progression, complete with milestones, death recaps, and clips of everything that's happened along the way. But wait, deaths? Yeah. Let's talk about the complications that baritone has encountered along the way. There are two questions that I want to answer here. What happens when Thyman's instance of baritone dies, and how does it die? Well, because this whole adventure is just a big experiment of the technology, baritone not only has the game rule of keep inventory enabled, but it also respawns very close to where it died in the first place. So now, let's explain how it gets stuck and then also how it dies. Short and simple, nothing is perfect. This bot, at least the way it's configured for the live stream, often finds itself getting stuck when confronted with bad combinations of flowing water, vines, and things of that nature. If the bot is not able to move in the way that it expects to be able to, it doesn't really know what to do, and then it gets stuck and will require human intervention to continue. But then there's death. As I explained before, Thyman has baritone configured to work in conjunction with Kill Aura, which will kill any mob that it encounters along the way. Makes sense, right? Well, the real crutch of this experiment is that Kill Aura is, as configured, unable to switch to a specific weapon in order to attack the target at hand. It'll use whatever it's holding. So when it comes up on a pack of zombies and skeletons, punching them all with a block of cobblestone instead of using its sword while it's backed into a corner, yeah, it's gonna die. So what's the point of all of this? Why have a collection of Minecraft mods and clever programming walk its way to the world border? Well, to me, there are two answers, the literal answer and the metaphysical answer. The literal answer is we can now say, based on actual experimentation, that it would take about 3,000 hours or 125 days of non-stop walking to arrive at the world border. But to me, the more interesting answer is that it's fun to think big. It's fun to let your imagination run wild. It's fun to break expectations. It's fun to break the game, even if it means breaking a limit as mundane as how long it would take to complete a previously improbable journey within Minecraft. But there's one more question left to answer. When will TheMin's experiment come to an end? When will it reach the world border? As I mentioned before, as of me writing this video, the experiment has reached over 22 million blocks away from spawn. Doing a simple calculation by comparing the dates between when the bot got started and when it reached both the 10 and 20 million block milestones, we can predict with some certainty that the bot will conclude its adventure and reach the world border at some point between December 5th and December 10th of 2019. So if you're watching this video before those dates, keep an eye out. Now, if you're looking to get a server to try out something like this, or if you just want a rock-solid Minecraft server in general to play with your friends, consider checking out MC Pro Hosting. They've had best-in-class server options for almost as long as Minecraft has been around, and using the link in the description down below, you can get 25% off your first month.
Oh, hey! I would like to run my own Minecraft server with resource packs and mods at MC Pro Hosting. But I don't know which plan is best for me.
I'm the mightiest plan. You're no match for my unlimited RAM. Oh, nice try. Even Notch couldn't get rid of me. I'm truly unstoppable.
Look, all my wares are high quality at a fair price that won't wear down your wallet. Just pick one. Ooh.
Oh. See you in the patch notes.
So that just about does it. While there is other functionality that the Baritone mod has, such as its ability to automatically build schematic files in conjunction with the Schematica mod for Minecraft 1.12.2, that falls a bit outside the scope of this video. If you want to check out TheMin24's livestream of the adventures that I've described today, be sure to check out the link in the description down below. So, yeah. That just about does it for me for now. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like on it, because it would really help out myself, the channel, and the video quite a lot. So I hope you all enjoyed. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.